Switch it over then.
All right.
Are we good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hello.
All right. Welcome to episode 7 of the Unkindness Lounge. I am Lizardnutta.
I'm Ravenclaw, and we've got guest Jerome.
Yeah.
How's it going, Jerome?
From
nice to meet you.
JenJerGaming. So.
One half of JenJerGaming.
Yes, and the other half, Jen, is in chat right now. Thank you so much, Jen, for popping in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there in the corner, right there.
Right.
It's in the corner of my eye. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Thanks so much for being on with us today.
Yeah, for sure. So happy to be here. I mean, 7 episodes in. That's such an accomplishment already.
Right?
Yeah.
7? Lucky, I have to feel lucky 7, so
I know,
feel a little
right?
special. Thank you.
No, we're super excited to have you on today.
Yeah, for sure.
To everyone in the chat, once again, thanks for being here. Go ahead and, chat and talk all you want, and we will definitely ask for questions and comments and stuff like that at the end. So I promise we're not ignoring any of you guys. We're just trying not to get off track too much because me and Lizard have a tendency to do that. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, please chat. We see it all and we appreciate it. We really do. So the Unkindness Lounge, we came up with the name. Well, Robbie Juice came up with the name because a group of ravens is an unkindness and a group of lizards is a lounge. And yeah, it's just too perfect not to use. So
here we are today.
We're actually kind.
Yeah.
But,
that's awesome.
I know, he's so creative.
That was so crazy.
And we are actually kind, so.
I heard the names, at least I was chatting with Robbie a little bit before about the names that beforehand, I think. Was it was that Nutta Lounge, or was it? It was like a variety of things, I think. That's good. I love it. It's very, very
we took
podcasty.
A poll in Ravenclaw's stream whenever we came up with all the names, and the one that actually won was "It's okay to be a nerd." That's a quote.
And even though it won, we're like, no.
Yeah, we're like,
that's not happening.
It's
gotta
okay
go
to
with
be
the
there.
Unkindness Lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Unkindness Lounge. Yeah, it's like a perfect podcast name.
Right.
So, yeah, killed it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, JenJerGaming. Let's hop into it.
Yeah, so let's talk about them for a minute first, because in case you guys don't know, haven't watched their stream or anything like that, Jerome is half of JenJerGaming. So if you want to kind of talk about that, your other half, what you guys stream.
Yeah, unless she chats about herself on the stream as well too. But it's like not accurate. But yeah, so I'm Jerome, or you can just call me Jer, and then we have Jen. That's what her preferred name as well too, is Jen. But we just started streaming about it's been I feel like it's been 6 months now. But we have a very strong passion for gaming. Jen and I just love Nintendo games in general. We literally have little figurines everywhere. And I've been dating her now she's my fiance for about, it's getting to the 7-year mark. So
wow.
Pretty awesome. And,
I was gonna say dating. I watched that Animal Crossing wedding.
Yeah, we
were there.
It went from dating to fiance, then I get AC wedding. So 7 years. It's been a while, and it's been an amazing journey so far. We love food. We always talk about food all the time. We're literally making food as we speak. And we also talk about games and just love talking to people. I think that's the 3 biggest things for us. So that's kind of like us in a nutshell, in a quick form.
Yeah, I would say you guys are one of the most friendly, outgoing streamers that I've met.
100%.
Just hopping in chat. It's guys, it's always a super fun, super positive time. I feel like you guys are both a blast. Doesn't matter if you're streaming or Jen's streaming. I feel like anyone is welcome, and it's just a great time either way.
Yeah, it's an awesome community to be in. 100%. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Those are very, very kind words. Yeah, try to make it very wholesome and welcoming for sure.
So, you definitely both do a great job with that. So you've only been streaming for about 6 months.
Yeah.
How did you get started?
Yeah, so we really never had any intention to do streaming whatsoever. I was about my job. I was traveling everywhere. For my job, I work with food. So again, I talk about food all the time, but I work with I worked for like a food brokerage, but back then I worked for bigger brands like Coca-Cola and other things. And I would just travel around and have to try to bring in brands to different stores and kind of just, it was a lot of work. So I never actually stayed home. And she's studying for her pharmacy degree as well too, or for a pharmacy license. So we're all kind of, we never had any intention. We just like playing games on the side. And then, with quarantine hitting, obviously, all of us just staying in here, we just decided that we didn't even had any intention still when it first started. 6 months down the line, we started watching a lot of streams. We started with YouTube videos when AC came out, came at the perfect time in March. And then after that, we were going at it for a little while. We were watching a lot of streams, particularly on YouTube, which was like Nintendo Talk. I don't know if you ever heard of him before. We've also watched a few other ones like Wilbo's World. And then we're just like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, we really like the streaming platform. It seems we've never watched any of it. We were just strictly YouTube videos. We didn't even know what bits were on Twitch. And then I think it kind of sparked my way. I think when it was around my birthday, around September, and then I was just like, there was just so many people. I don't know, I just like getting short lived, especially with Chadwick Boseman. I have huge respect for him, and after that, I was just like, I it life's so short. If there's one thing I can do with Jen, I think that we're both passionate about is gaming. And after that, we just got the equipment. Had no idea what to do, and then ever since then, we've just been building and learning through the process, and that's how we got started. We started around the end of September, and it's been an amazing journey since.
Wow,
That's
that's
awesome.
awesome. I feel
Yeah,
like that's a very like different story than we typically hear, which is pretty cool.
For sure.
yeah,
Because I feel like a lot of people that we've had in here so far have like done this, at least watch streams like most of their life, stuff like that. Most of them like came over from Mixer and
yeah,
have been doing this for a long time. So that's really cool that it was kind of like not until the
Right.
pandemic really hit that. And then you guys specifically were watching YouTube videos and like transitioned into streams. Like you had
yeah.
never watched any streams or anything. Yeah,
Ne
that's super cool.
never. Yeah, we didn't really watch any streams. We were just strictly YouTube. So we didn't know anything about this platform until later on. So yeah.
How did you like realize like it was a thing and like to be able to like transition from watching YouTube to transition like to watching Twitch or whatever?
Yeah, it was interesting because we were just basically sitting at home and like YouTube videos, like they're nice, but it wasn't as lengthy. So like when whether Jen was studying or I'm doing work on the side, uh, we just wanted something on the background. And I think Twitch really was like that platform where you were able to do that. Like we can watch 3 to 4 hours of like someone doing AC, and we wouldn't have a problem with it while we were doing our work. And I think that was like one of the things we were like, wow, this is actually really cool. And like the fact that you can actually engage in the chat was like something so different to us because we're just so used to commenting on videos or like liking them. It was just so different, but we didn't know how powerful this platform was until we really started doing it. And just seeing
Mhm.
how people like have heard so many great stories about changing their lives, and it's been crazy. So we've been loving it so far.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
So it
Yeah.
sounds like a part of your guys' motivation was to have some sort of voice or impact, uh, whether it be big or small. Even just brightening someone's day. Is that kind of one of the reasons that you wanted to start streaming?
Yeah, we did. It's we are originally it was just something we were like, let's just try it out and see how it goes. But I think it just became so much more. For
Sure.
us, it was just building about the like building a community, having people like like-minded like yourselves and like with like Nerds Unite and different communities within Twitch to really help and embrace like the positivity. I think that's what we're here for. Every time we have someone that comes into the chat, it just really warms the heart that they actually came in, and the fact that they even came back. That speaks so much testaments to us because it's just we try to make them feel like they're included in all conversations, and that's something we continue to strive for every day.
Well, you guys definitely do that really well. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, for
um,
sure.
yeah.
is there like one person that like introduced you to these communities that surround all of us, or did you guys
Hmm.
uh, somehow stumble across it? Someone stumble across you? Like, how'd all that happen?
Yeah, it just I don't know. We had nothing. Like We never really, yeah, it was crazy, but we just were like, let's just go for it because we really had no idea like anything with streaming whatsoever. We were just like we had no one recommended it to us. No one gave us like, hey, you should start streaming because our friends in real life, like they're just very casual gamers, like they like usually it's a lot of the in real life conversations that we'll usually have, and gaming is kind of like the secondary. But we were just like a lot of people love gaming here, and it's like I just love the competitiveness and just how it's really grown on us because we like I said we it was just all let's just start from the ground up. You know.
It's
That's
awesome.
what Jen in chat. Jen's like, it sounds sad, but we really had nothing. By the
I
way,
love it.
Shallow Bay Face, thanks for the Prime sub.
You
Um,
Oh.
you wouldn't
yeah,
think it though. Watching your guys' channel, it seems like you guys have
no,
been
not at
around
all.
forever.
Yeah,
Oh
Like
and
yeah,
it really
very,
does.
very natural, both of you
Yeah,
guys. I
for
feel
sure.
like.
You guys are
that's the
incredible.
craziest thing too because I'm a complete introvert and I talk a lot for work, but then I get so drained out when I get back home at the end of the day, especially talking with different clients. But when I'm streaming, it's like it gives us like some sort of energy and it's helped us out so much in so many different ways, especially in conversations because we usually like to tend back and like to listen to a lot of people, but we've been able to communicate with a lot more people in real life, whether it's through phone or through different conversations with y'all. It's been really cool.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's me and Lizard have talked about that a lot too, how this has pushed us to be better speakers in general, like
Yeah.
For
outside of
sure.
streaming, just yeah, like you said, like with other people's our relationships, our friendships, like anything. I feel like this has really pushed us to like take that to the next level and definitely agree with you there.
Yeah, for sure. It
Because
really
we're like
does.
introverted too.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's
uh,
a very common thing, I think, for
It
Twitch. I
is.
always hear
yeah,
that. I
and
hear that
that's
a
so
lot,
weird.
right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's you like wouldn't think that. Like, why would someone introverted like put their
Yeah.
face on a camera and like be
I
there to
know,
like
right?
chat to all these people? But yeah, and no, it. I feel like it's our way. Like we can stay home, we can still be energized because we're home and we're not exerting all that energy, like out
That's
in
true.
public. But then we can still have these relationships and stuff like that. So I kind of think that's like where my balance is that I
For
found.
sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like you guys had nothing.
Yeah.
How did you? I'm like, so I remember when I started, like I was super confused on like just like setting all this up. Like Lizard helped me with everything. I'm like, if you guys didn't have anyone recommend this to you, like how did you even know what to do? What? Because
Literally
it's like so much more complicated, I think, than
yeah.
what
That's a
people
good point.
realize.
Yeah, we I think everything was just all through our first originator, YouTube. It was everything all started from there. We didn't have anyone giving us any help. Like we just looked at YouTube and were like, "What's the first thing you did?" So around that time, I was kind of at the point where I felt like I was going to get laid off of work. I was like, I'm just gonna spend most of my time just like researching this. So that's all I did. Like I think for the first like or what I had the idea, and then 3 days straight, I was just looking and just researching it. And then after that, I was just like, okay, this it was really intimidating at first. Don't get me wrong, but after that, like we just yeah, it just kind of became smooth after that in terms of like having to like get like scene transitions and like how to get alerts up. I think that ended up becoming very natural. But don't get me wrong, the first 3 days, I was just like, wait, what am I looking at? Like, what? Wait, what is this? What is a bit? What is what is what?
Yeah.
What's a cheer? Like we were doing that too. Like my like Jen was like, oh, what's the difference between a bit and a cheer? And then we're just like, are those two different things? We're just like trying to analyze it, and we're just like, okay, maybe not. Is this is getting too overcomplicated? We can
I know, like all
yeah
the little pieces.
yeah. What are these
So much.
things? Yeah,
I
and then
remember
after
like even I like had got all my equipment in and I was like, all right, I'm ready. And then I sat down, I was like, wait, like but
yeah
how? Like
yeah
how?
yeah. I had no idea, but yeah, it ended up turning out really well.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how you got in this community if you did
Yeah
not know anyone,
Yeah,
like
we
do
gotta know.
you
yeah.
If anyone in the chat knows something that we don't, like, you better spill
yeah,
the
like
beans. Did you
so it
stumble across
wasn't
them one day, or?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, did somebody in our like this big community that we have like stumble across you? Did you stumble across some? I'm just trying to figure out like how did this
Yeah,
Yeah.
happen?
I've
Because you're
never
so
even
well
like
known in our community.
I never even
Yeah.
really questioned it until now, because like it's just seemed
Yeah.
like you guys have been around forever. Really,
Right.
I mean,
That's what
since
I
the first
thought
time
too.
we
So
talked to you guys.
Yeah. No, it's just crazy, and it's only been it's been like what, like 4 months because we started around 6, and I think we started seeing you guys around 3 or 4 months in.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we were just starting off the a primary amount of some of the people that we got first to start watching us was through Jen. So she was really using her Instagram platform for Animal Crossing. So we've got a few people to come in to watch us from there because I had absolutely no connections whatsoever. So I didn't even want to bring them in because I was like, we're playing a variety of games. Maybe they just want to do something very Animal Crossing oriented. But they ended up coming in, and that's how it first started. But it didn't wasn't until after maybe a month or two, I think. I think when we reached like maybe affiliate or maybe a little bit after that. And then we were on she also did Instagram too for Animal Crossing. Her name was Cookie or Z Cookie. And there's this person named Robbie that came in, and then he just came in out of nowhere. And I'm like, whoa, like he just started like cheering us on, and I'm like, wait, who is this guy? Like came out of nowhere. And then and I was just like, wow, this guy's crazy, absolutely amazing, so positive. I've never seen a person like this before. And the moment, like, I was like, we got to follow this guy, like, whatever. Like, and I still remember the first, and he just came in, we said buys. I think we talked almost the entire stream, like, while she was there. She got cut off after like 45 minutes because of some equipment issues. But we had a really good conversation with him. And then General was like, all right, we got to follow him. So we watched him. I think it was at midnight because his streams were at midnight and or like for us. And I think for you in the East Coast, it's like 3 a.m. in the morning. And we're like, I gotta watch this guy. Like, who is this guy? And he was playing Fall Guys, giving us a tutorial because I'm terrible at Fall Guys. And from that moment on, we just started like talking to each other. He came to our streams. I went to his streams, and then it was just kind of went back and forth. And then ever since then, that's how I connected. It all started through Robbie, and he's impacted us like I mentioned it all the time on repeat, but he's been so helpful in terms of like streaming, learning the ropes because a lot of you have probably been through Mixer, so he knows kind of like at least what like the right things to do, the right things to say, and he's been super helpful. So ever since then, it's been with you, Ravenclaw. I think I met you through Robbie as well because he was singing Twitch Sings in like the afternoon. We're making breakfast, and I remember talking to you. And then same thing with
Mhm.
Lizard. I think I met you through Ravenclaw because I just remember you saying toes the whole time
Oh
during
yeah.
Phasmo.
Yeah.
And that's all I think about in my head. I think
Right.
Lizard, I think toes, and then
Toes.
that's how I met you through there. So it's
Yeah.
crazy how this whole chain effect has been going, and now we're meeting amazing people like Dream and like Zarners and a ton of variety of amazing people here. So yeah,
It's crazy how it really like only takes one person
Yeah.
yeah,
to create all of this. I mean, I shouldn't even be surprised, like Robbie. Like,
yeah.
of course.
I'm not.
That's
Yeah,
so
If I
cool.
had to
yeah.
guess,
So
I would have probably guessed Robbie.
yeah,
He's
yeah. Because
amazing.
he Yeah, because the person that we were watching was formerly with Mixer too. So if that moment didn't happen, like who knows, like we'd have been, probably just we either gone to a different group or but it's crazy how things happen and kind of come into play.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like I know just all of the people I know have stemmed from just one or two people. And it's just crazy, like the power of community.
Yeah. 100%.
Man, that's
It's
so
awesome.
cool. I had no idea that you guys
Yeah.
literally like started so recently and like from nothing, essentially.
Yeah, we had nothing. I
Yeah.
think the only thing we did was we opened up some social platforms for like, all right, JenJerGaming isn't taken anywhere, so we're like, we'll just take it all, and then we'll just take Twitter, we'll take the Instagram.
That's awesome.
But other than that, there were really no connections besides a little bit from the Animal Crossing community.
It's a great
That's
name
so,
too.
so cool.
I love the name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
me
you.
too. Me too. Yeah, and you guys have a very good balance, I feel like, between the two of you. Um, I know she mainly plays Animal Crossing, and then you do a lot of the variety. So I feel like that literally, like, anyone can find something they like there. And I just really like that too, because I feel like there's always something going on.
Yeah, it's good, and it's cool too because it's a lot of the games that we're branching out to. Even with Jen, like she's playing like with Animal Crossing is like her forte, but she's playing like Sims and like
I've
some
played
really cool games like Mario
Mario
Kart.
Kart with
Yeah,
her. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
Mario
cool.
Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool because it's been branching out and people have been even with the Animal Crossing community, they've been playing like Mario Kart as well too. So we're like, oh,
For sure.
this is awesome. Yeah. really expanding the games.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's one
Yeah,
thing
so
about really like being into Nintendo is like if they play one game, they probably play like a few other games because Nintendo just makes the best games, you know.
100%.
So
Yeah.
that community
It's,
is just real tight because they all play the same thing.
yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
100%. It's amazing, and the games are really like kid friendly, and I think it works for anything from the age of 2 to 90.
Right.
So it's awesome.
For sure.
So when you guys kind of talked about doing this, were you both on the same page? Were you both on board, or did like one person kind of have to talk the other into it, or were you both like, yeah, this sounds like a great idea?
I think we were definitely both on the same boat. I think for me, when I brought up the idea, so I think I had like a very wild idea about it because when like maybe 2 years ago, I was like, what if I did streaming? And I was like completely so quiet. Like, and then I think Overwatch came out because I was like, oh, it's getting so competitive. Like everyone's playing this game. And I played it like nonstop. And then I kind of just let the idea go after that. And then recently, after within 6 months in, I think Jen was like, it's like, oh yeah, like, are you sure? Like, do you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And I think really without any hesitation, we just both decided we were going to do it. And because we both love the same games, we both were born and raised through a variety of different Nintendo games and even of other varieties. Like she's even played games like Fallout and some other games, not just Nintendo as well. So I was like, wow, I can dig this because every game that I've talked to from when we were first started dating was pretty much aligned with what I was doing. So we were both on the same page on it. And ever since then, it's been, yeah, we've never really had any issues moving forward.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. You guys are like crushing it.
Yeah, for
Definitely.
real.
Thank you.
Did you ever expect this or like think this would come out of it?
No, I really did. I didn't think we would even get to like affiliate because we were just like, let's just try this out, like this gaming thing, and we didn't we didn't know what to work with it. We were just like, yeah, maybe we could post on like YouTube or something, or like maybe like a video here and there. But ended up becoming way bigger than we would have imagined. Now we have like a Discord. There's like a lot of it went from so little and Jen's been posting on there a lot, and there's like a ton of people been cultivating community over there. Twitter, I've been trying to chat up that a little bit more and being able to connect and actually see a lot of amazing information and amazing content from all y'all over there as well. So it's been a wild ride, loving it.
I know. Rach said it's weird thinking how quickly all this has happened. Like, I think people forget that we all met only a few months ago, but it feels like we've known each other for so long.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
Yeah,
pretty
that is so
crazy.
true.
very
I feel like
true.
I've known all you guys for like, it's really like
Yeah.
a close knit family, it feels
Right.
like. And it's,
It really has been. And even for like us, like an AC, like the AC wedding, I was just like, like none of our friends know this in real life. And then like I've really sharing this with all y'all. So it's like really crazy, like how I think it's given me more transparency than I would have thought. I would just been like, okay, this is I have like a kind of like a set script. It's really not that. I think it's really like almost like a second family.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I feel like that's how this community's been for a long time, and each time someone gets added to it or introduced to it, they're just like it's just so natural. Like that, there's nothing to it. I know. I talked to Supreme Steph, Somnic, Jabante, Crispy Cat, Zarners. I talk to these people like every day outside of streaming, uh, Snapchat and texting and stuff. Like they've just
So
become like best friends to me, and it's crazy that it's all from streaming, really. So
yeah.
it's wild how close it is, considering we're all from different areas of the world and stuff. So
That's the
it's
craziest thing.
incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy how it's like that too. Because I was so I think especially with like everything that was going on, I was so close minded about meeting new people and stuff. And then but I didn't realize how powerful this was. Now I feel like I have like hundreds of friends instead of my circle was like closing like this little, it turned into like maybe a dot, maybe I had like
Mhm.
five good friends, but now I'm like,
Right.
oh, I can see a lot of amazing people that I can really want to meet in the future. Like I'm hoping when Twitch cons comes or something or whatever happens, we'd be more than happy to definitely hang out, maybe grab a drink or something.
Yeah,
Be
that's
down
gonna
for
be
that.
great. I'm so excited
Right.
for that.
I feel
Yeah.
like we always talk about how literally like I feel like I have more really close friends through Twitch and people that I've never actually met in real life than like the friends that I have here in person. It's so
Right?
crazy how like
Yeah.
you can make these connections. But it's really cool because I think it shows you that I think a lot of people when they start streaming don't realize how deep it actually is. And
Right.
it, like you think, oh, it's gonna just be like one thing. I can play games. And I feel like it takes this experience to realize like, wow, this is actually deeper than I ever thought it could be. And it just creates this whole new meaning, which is just really cool.
Yeah, it is it's so interesting because we always do that too. It's like we always think like, oh, when we're playing AC, it's there's such a different conversation when whether we're playing with y'all or playing with different people over here in the Twitch community, and then when you play with your friends in real life, it's like it's such like a different barrier because you're just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I have this to trade, and you're like, wait, what is this? Or like oh like I have like 20 bells I can give you. Is that a lot of money? It's like it's really because it feels like the information is so transparent with y'all, and that goes for anything just in general with this platform because I feel like there's a competitiveness to it. And there's also a positive community because sometimes I don't know, like when we play with our friends, we're very like even Jackbox or something. It's just like, oh, we play it
That's the
once or
best.
twice and that's it. I know it's so fun and we love playing it. But then with them, it's like we play like once or twice and it's like, okay, we'll move on to the next thing. But I could play that for hours here with y'all if we wanted to.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Um, Speaking of Robbie Juice, thank you for the raid. Welcome the Juice Crew.
Let's go,
Um,
Robbie.
Love
yeah, just real
Robbie.
quick, I don't want to like seem rude to all
Oh
of you
no,
joining
no.
in, but
No, no, you're good.
during the podcast, we really do notice everything in chat, so keep chatting away. We just try to not acknowledge it until towards the end because we get distracted. But
Yeah, me and Lizard can
yeah.
go like 2, 3. We can go on and on and
Oh
on all
yeah.
day.
But
Yeah,
thank you
yeah, for
so
sure.
much, and welcome in, Juice Crew. We just got finished talking about how we think Robbie is the one that introduced or somehow got uh, connected with Ginger for the first time. Um, but yeah, so welcome in.
Hello. Thanks,
Yeah.
Robbie.
So not only do you guys, you're very, very active on your platform here on Twitch. You guys are almost always on, I feel like, but you also have this Discord server
Yeah,
that's like popping off all the time.
yeah, literally.
And I know so many people love that. You guys are also very active in that. Like, how do you balance everything? How
That's
do
a
you
good
manage
question.
everything?
That's a good question.
Yeah, Jen is honestly the mind master on the Discord. I honestly she's constantly like putting up deals and engaging with the chat, and I think that's the thing is like she's she's studying for school, but at the same time she's able to like when I'm out for work because I'm out from work literally from like maybe 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'll probably be back maybe around like maybe 3 p.m., 4 p.m. or something like that, which is around now. And then but she just keeps it active, and I think that's why a lot of people love talking in there is because I think she loves one thing too is like we have like deals and stuff we're just like oh what like we love like Jen and I we just love we use when we were outside we used to like love to go shopping or going to a clearance section so one of the things we loved doing was actually putting a clearance or like a deal section which was like some and I we're constantly looking at it every day. There's also a lot of things too with like AC related like giveaways and stuff like that. We try to keep them engaged with that part of it as well too. And then also like talking about like movies and stuff. We're trying to do like movie nights and stuff to kind of keep people to hang out. Like I think we watched like an episode of WandaVision on there as well. So yeah, we
That's
just
cool.
try to keep we try to keep people kind of just like engaged at the same time, just have a fun time in there. It's but the Discord has been really awesome. That's been a great platform.
Yeah, it's super cool. I feel like anyone who goes in your stream and is in your Discord and all of that, like they feel so much closer to you guys because you guys do such a good job of interacting with
Thank you.
every single
For sure.
person that is in the stream or the Discord. So you
Yeah.
guys definitely make it like a family.
You do a
Thank
really
you.
good job of like getting people to the Discord too, because I was in your stream for the first time for like 5 minutes, and you're like, if you join the Discord, then you might get 5 free Nook Miles tickets or something. I was like, well, I gotta join, like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
We get to engage with them on that as well too, because it's like, yeah, we have like a point where it's like a giveaway to just check it out, and then you never know. Like you can no, the thing is like you can always leave if it's like maybe overwhelming or things that if it's a lot. But no, eventually all of them have ended up staying and even chatting on our Discord, which is awesome. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys do a great job managing that because I know like you guys it seems like you have a very good balance, but that could easily get like overwhelming at times too. So
Yeah. We were yeah, especially in the beginning too, because there were so many social media platforms. We were just like, I think we tried doing a lot of it. At the same time, we're like posting YouTube videos, we're posting like we're trying to do Twitter, Instagram, we did all of that. And we're like, let's just kind of like when we first started, we're like, let's just break it down. Let's just focus on Twitch and Discord or Twitch. And then once we had a small following, then we kind of went through Discord. So ever since then, that's kind of like been our main focus, and at least for the time being. So yeah, it's been good ever since.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So are you still working?
Yeah, I'm still working. I'm actually recently, or I guess is it recent? Like I got a job like around December because I got laid off actually 2 months. It was like right after my birthday, around that time frame. So it was like between the time where I started Twitch and then kind of got into transition to it to yeah, got a new job and it's been pretty busy, but it's been
Yeah.
good so far. Yeah, I work with food, so I work with like pasta sauces. I think I mentioned to Lizard as well. Work with Indian food,
Yeah.
so stuff like that. So yeah, it's really cool. It's an awesome job.
That's
Worked in
cool.
that industry for about like 8 years now. Yeah,
So
Yeah, so you guys stay busy then.
yeah.
yeah.
So it sounds like you might be like a food expert. What's your favorite fast food? I gotta know.
Our favorite fast food. Oh man, that's a that's
Lizard's
a
looking
hard
for one
question.
answer.
Yeah. Mine's
This is like
obviously
a make
Taco
or
Bell.
break moment.
My favorite okay, I know it could be Taco Bell, Lizard, but honestly, I think my favorite fast food, it's gotta be, I think it's gotta be can it be generic and I say, like, fried chicken? Like, maybe, like, Popeyes or something like that?
Yeah,
Oh my
for
god,
sure.
say Taco Bell. Jen's like, "Oh, let's play say Taco Bell."
Say Taco. He's like, please, if you don't want kicked off right now, just say
Yeah.
Taco
Yeah,
Bell.
and I think can we say a secondary will be Wendy's? Because I actually think
Wendy's is
Wendy's is
good.
Wendy's
really
is
good.
good.
Wendy's is
Wendy's spicy
underrated.
very underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, their frost, like whether it's their frosties or their spicy chicken nuggets, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that I liked Wendy's. I always thought that Wendy's was gross besides the Frosties until one time actually Raven was there. She was living with us at the time, maybe I think, or maybe just visiting.
I don't
But
know. I don't remember.
I did a blind
So
burger
good.
taste test and I like rated them on a scale of 1 to 10 and like which ones were my favorite and Wendy's tied for my favorite with Sonic as the best burger. And I was like, "Wait, Wendy's
Wow.
is good." I don't even know what I guessed that Wendy's was, but it was so good.
I don't know. All his guesses were
Yeah.
so wrong. So we did like the
Yeah, they
blind
were
taste
really
test.
wrong.
We had like 7 or 8 burgers or something, and he guessed like all of them wrong.
Yeah, I got
So yeah,
Sonic's
Oh,
like
right
no.
and
I
that
think
was it, I
Wendy's is
think.
like elite.
Wendy's was
So
meant to be then. Wow.
yeah,
Mm.
I should try to do that sometime, like a blind taste test. I always see, like, YouTube videos on that, so
it
I'm
Yeah,
was
you
so
really
should.
fun.
intrigued
It
as
was
to one
so
day.
You
funny.
should you should
Yeah.
try one with fried chicken. That one would be tough. Well, for me it would
Ooh.
be.
Yeah,
That
I
would
think
be a good
that
one.
would be pretty well. Yeah, I think I might have to consider that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That would be a great stream idea.
it would be.
You
That'd be fun.
know?
I tried, eating on there, so tried one attempt on that. So, should say. Yep.
Man, so yeah, what's your guys' stream schedule, right? Do you have a stream schedule or are you just always on? Because I feel like you guys are always on.
Yeah, we stream, well, I think from here on out, I think we usually stream, like, almost, like, 6 it was, like, 6 days a week. It was, like, Tuesday through yeah, Sunday. But I think we're probably taking a day off as well too, so I think we're gonna primarily try to aim for 50% Wednesdays, and then the rest of the days, just to kinda go about, streaming as well. So, like, maybe Wednesday through, Sunday, or maybe sometimes 50-50 on Wednesday. So, yeah, just to kinda, like,
Yeah.
give ourselves like some time to just chill a little bit because sometimes like when you stream a lot, yeah, it can. I don't know. It's not too overwhelming, but it can at the same time. It's like, oh, you can also do other things as well, like
Right.
Mhm.
cook, and do other things for yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Especially
sure.
if your life gets a little crazy or busy, then it's one of those things where if you try to keep up with the constant streaming, then it can be really stressful. So,
agreed, one
but
hundred percent.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess if we wanted to like transition into like your past with video games.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
curious.
interested to kind of hear this. Like, how long have you been playing games? Because I know you like you said, you're really games is something you've always been into, at least for a while now. It sounds like, even though streaming's a new thing.
Yeah, so for me, I started literally at the age of maybe 3, and, my dad bought me a Nintendo, like the NES original Nintendo system, and I was terrible at it when I first started because I was, like, 2 or 3. I still remember I told my dad, I'm like, "How do I beat that little brown thing that's walking across?" Like, it was Mario as our very first game. Like, "How do I beat that?" I kept telling my dad that, like, "How do I do it?" And it was just, like, the hardest thing ever. Took me almost like 6 months to get that over that, like, one Goomba, and then ever since then, it was amazing moments from there. I owned, like, an NES system, I owned, like, a PlayStation as well too, and then eventually I wasn't able to get all the systems 'cause, my parents didn't want me to get all of it, and then eventually the Nintendo 64, that was one of the ones that, like, really broke it to me and literally lined up at a KB toy stores, if you guys ever had that before, and lined up that, like, I think we spent almost like, I don't know, like 8 hours in line. It
Oh
was
wow,
interesting with my dad, yeah, because
For the
he was
64?
yeah, 64, and the line
that's
was like
incredible.
wrapped across it, and
That is crazy.
yeah, like he was very desperate. I think he was more desperate than me trying to get like that system. I was like, "Can I go with sleep, please?" It's like more desperate than I am. And then yeah, and ever since then I've just been really enjoying Nintendo games, PC games as well too. And yeah, I had a little of a hiatus for a little while because I was playing like a lot of sports games, but kind of strayed away from that and then started expanding again more into the library. So yeah, it's been really good since.
So was Mario your first video game?
My
That's
very
awesome.
very first one, the Mario Duck Hunt combo. Also
That's
had it.
awesome.
Also had a struggle playing Duck Hunt at the age of 2 or 3, but
Did you
finally
have
invented.
the gun that
I
came
had the
with it?
gun. I
That's
couldn't shoot
awesome.
anything, so I had to, like, go up in front of the screen and just, like,
Yeah.
shoot them instead of, like, aiming it. My dad was pro. Yeah.
Jen says KB toys our age is showing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that one is.
Oh, really? Yeah.
No.
I'm not
Toy
familiar, but
not either. Yeah, KB Toys, it's, like, kinda like Toys R Us, but, like, a very small version of Toys R Us, if
Okay.
you guys ever been to Toys R Us, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it was cool because they were very, personable, and, the service was really good. Like, I think the last thing I bought at a KB toy store was were Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. That was, like, the last thing I did, and then
That's
it shut
awesome.
down.
what
Yeah.
about Jen? Did she grow up playing any types of games, or was it like Animal Crossing that got her started, or kind of what's
Yeah.
her past with that, I guess?
I guess unless if I say something wrong, Jen, I think her first, like one of her first few systems was like at least the GameCube. I think primarily the GameCube was her biggest one. And Animal Crossing was a really big. Yeah, I owned
Mhm.
every system in digital except the Wii U. Yeah, she's owned every
Okay,
single
cool.
system.
That's awesome.
She had like
That's so
she
cool.
she has all the Mario parties for the GameCube.
Love it.
She has a very big passion for Pikmin. It's like one of her favorite games. But Animal Crossing was also one of the primary games that she came out for GameCube that she really loved, and
Yeah,
she
the
actually didn't
OG
play. Yeah, the very
Crossings.
OG one.
Mm.
I didn't know how brutal the villagers were. Like they said some. I'm looking at YouTube videos. I'm like, they said some really mean stuff to you. I'm like, they're like talking about like
Oh
how you
man.
looked that day.
Oh
I'm
my
like, dang,
dang, like
like calm
savage.
down. Yeah,
This
they're so
has been like
savage.
That's
this has
awesome.
been the first Animal Crossing that I've actually like understood how to play because
Yeah,
like back
yeah.
when I had the older ones, like I just must have been too young. I'm like never I literally thought the only point in the game was to pay off your loans, and I would spend like hours just trying to pay off my loans. Like I truly never even knew how to play until this game.
I
Until
know,
like the
right?
New Horizons one is so funny.
That's the same for me too, because when I played Animal Crossing, I tried out because it was like so highly rated for the DS, the
Mhm.
Wild World one. And I don't know, I just thought I didn't have any interest into it until like I started playing, yeah, New Horizons. And I didn't know how impactful this game was until Jen started playing it. Because I never played it originally. I was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake because they both came out around the same time. And then yeah, ever since then I've just been building and building. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to get my hands on a copy of the original game, but it's so
Mhm.
hard to find. But we do have a
Yeah.
GameCube, so we've been looking for an original copy.
Nice.
But
Oh man, I bet
It's
that's
pretty
like the
tough.
price is probably like skyrocketed
Yeah,
too and everything.
they
I'm sure it's not easy to
Yeah.
you can
get.
get them on eBay for like $60 or something like that, but I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
really want to order it. I just want to find it. Like I feel like
Yeah, I
that'd be
Yeah.
know.
really cool
Like
to
one of those
just
stores.
yeah. But
That'd be really cool.
no look yet. New Horizons is my favorite Animal Crossing. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And now that I learned there's more to the game than having to pay your bills, it's
right.
pretty
Yeah,
fun.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so much more, and
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that new update. By the way,
Yeah.
with the
Oh my
Oh,
Mario.
gosh.
that's
Yeah, the
exciting.
Mario
So
update.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be so exciting.
They
Yeah,
actually have a lot more items like that I even thought they would too for like the Mario items. I'm like, wow, they're really going there. That's super cool.
it's really cool. I'm like, wow, the pipe. I'm like, wow, I don't need to run to places anymore.
I
That's
know.
amazing.
I saw the floating block. I was like, oh wow, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Just random
look,
floating blocks
I haven't
going
looked
yeah,
at
on.
any of it yet, except
You
for
have
the
it? Oh
comes out
man.
no.
it comes out next week. This should be awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm super
Oh, is it
excited.
that
The
quick?
items look really cool, Lizard. You'll have to look them up.
yeah.
For
But
sure. That's
yeah,
awesome.
so what's your all-time favorite video game?
All time favorite video game. You know what? I feel like my all-time favorite one, and I know I switched it a lot, but I think Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time. I have an island built around it through Animal Crossing. I played it, and I don't know if the game is like crazy as like what it should be, but I think the significance of the game was really big for me because I played it with my cousin a lot. Like I actually played that game probably more than Pokemon. When Pokemon Red came out, that's when Final Fantasy VII came out as well too. I played that game so much with my cousin, and that's just my favorite game. And I love that game so much. I played the remake, and I like completely 100% of it. And Jen can attest to it that she saw me play it repetitively to the point where probably music is stuck in her head right now from that game.
Hey, their music is good though,
It's
so
really good, and I love the game, but I was like, I'm a pretty big fan, and yeah, that's my favorite game.
so did you say the original or the remake?
The original is my favorite.
Original. I feel like seven's always the one that people that do love Final Fantasy like say is the best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
is. Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely is. I think
Yeah,
so.
that's cool. How'd you like the remake? You liked it a
The
lot.
remake was really fun too. It was definitely better than I expected. I
Mhm.
thought I know they had a little bit of a delay on the game, but it was definitely well worth it. I really wish I had the opportunity to bring in the special edition one because it had like like it was like Cloud on a motorcycle. But I think the moment I think it hit 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time because I know it comes out on midnight. I like literally just downloaded the game. I was like, I gotta play this, and I think played it for like 2 hours straight until midnight. So it was really fun. I love the game. I can't wait for
Have
the
you
second part of it.
have you played like all of them, all the Final Fantasies?
I haven't played all of them, but I have played like the first original 6 to 7, and then I played 8, and then I stopped after that. But
Mhm.
I did play 15 as well for the PS4. And I've played a little. I actually haven't played 10. That's why when I saw you playing it, I was like, I wish I could help you so much, but I actually have not
Oh
played.
no,
Yeah,
that was
I was like,
brutal.
I can't help you because I was like, I really want to play this game. I have it for the Switch too, and I'm like, I wish I could help you, but I
I was
couldn't.
telling Robbie last week like how brutal that was because I had like no idea what Final Fantasy was. I had
Yeah.
never heard of it, like just because I'm like decently new to like the gaming world. And, like someone just gifted me the game, and I was like, okay, like I'll try it. I had no idea how like hard it is.
So funny.
And I'm like, wow, that's clearly not the game to just like go in blindsided, like zero knowledge, and just be
Yeah.
Yeah.
like on stream, like, yeah, let's try this out. Like I was so naive. I had no idea what I was doing.
I applaud you for it. You went through it for a few times
I
You
already.
did pretty
I
good.
went so far into that game until you had to like just do like a lot of like the grinding on the certain levels, and then I got kind of bored. But
It's
man,
okay.
that was
Try it out. That's all that matters.
that was
That's all that
Yeah.
hard.
matters.
So
It gets complex. Oh, go ahead.
how many Final Fantasy games are there?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I can't even count to you.
See,
Like
I
probably know the answer to this, or her friend or his friend Dandaga. But
I
I'm
always
like,
wondered.
there's so many because there's like I think currently they're coming out with the 16th one. But there's like so many other ones. There's like Final Fantasy Tactics. There's like so many other layers to the Final Fantasy series.
Right.
I would say there's easily maybe about like 30 or 40, or like 30 different Final
Dang.
Fantasy games. Yeah.
I
So
wondered
been
if there were that many because, like, they're all like Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 10, but like you never hear anybody talk about like Final Fantasy 4 or something. So I was like,
yeah,
does that game
No, it's like
exist,
very
or
yeah.
is
I
it
only
just
hear
like
about the same. Like it's always 7, 10,
10,
10, yeah,
15.
15?
15, yeah, or something
Yeah.
like that. It's just like
Uh,
there's a
Yeah.
revolution for 7 because it was the first game that was like ever in 3D, and
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like the sixth one, it was like slight amounts of it, but it was the first one you can actually universally like go around and stuff. The other ones were all 2D for the most part. So that's what kind
Gotcha.
of
Okay.
broke off the revolution of
That
that
makes
game.
sense.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, because Jeanette says there's 15, but then there's also plus the tactics, the rhythm games, mobile games. I guess there's just a
There's a
ton.
ton, yeah.
Have you played Kingdom Hearts then?
No, oh my gosh, like, trust me, there's, one of our mods, Jacob, loves that game so much, and his brother, and,
Mhm.
I am going to one day play that game, but I feel like that game is there's so many layers because it has both Final Fantasy and it has Disney in it.
Right,
There's like
yeah.
2 of the it's like the test 2 best worlds combined, but I was playing it, and then I was just like, I like the game, but, it's so expansive, it's like, I
Mhm.
could easily invest probably, like, thousands of hours, so I think I'll
That's
try to find
crazy.
time to definitely play the game one of these
Yeah,
days.
I would love to, like, see someone, like, play it just to
Yeah,
kinda see
Right.
how they actually merge the 2, 'cause
yeah,
that's
it's
so, like, unique, I feel like.
yeah, that's what makes it really unique too. I'm like, it's like the best of both worlds, but
Mhm.
I will try to find a time to play it one of these days. I heard a lot of great things about it.
Yeah. The Final Fantasy community is definitely huge, like, it's definitely a lot of people really love those series, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what Robbie said last week, that the Final Fantasy games are his favorite too.
Yeah.
yeah, they are really fun for sure. Yeah,
So, did you ever play like Xbox or anything?
yeah, I actually had never had an intention to get an Xbox, and my sister was so gracious enough to give it to me for my 21st birthday.
Well, that's awesome.
But it was, yeah, I loved the Xbox. It was the 360 in particular.
Yeah.
I had that was the first time I've ever played games like really getting to the FPS side. I don't play it with it as much now, but I was playing games like Modern Warfare. I was playing like Halo 3 like nonstop, like GTA 4. Those were like the games that I played a lot in
Nico
college.
Bellic.
Yeah, Nico Bellic.
You got to play
Yeah, like
GTA
this
4
is
sometime,
yeah, it's
Raven. It's
so
a great
fun.
game.
Yeah, it's
You
really
would like
fun.
that one.
Yeah, it's a great one. It was the first time too that I felt like it was very online oriented. Left 4 Dead, that was
Yeah.
like one of my favorite. That
Ooh,
was like one of
that's a
my
good one.
favorite games. Yeah, Jen played Left 4 Dead as well too.
Right.
But yeah, it's in a that was an amazing system. So that was the only one I did. And Gears of War, those were
Oh
like the
yeah.
main ones. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's
that
just
system too.
I just know like the Xbox world is completely different from like the PlayStation and the Nintendo world in a way. It's like PlayStation's very like they have a lot of exclusives that are story games,
Yeah,
and Xbox has Halo. So,
that's what I figure.
you know, and
Yeah.
then Nintendo's kind of in its own world as well, but they do a lot of crossovers with Sony, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I really wish the Xbox, like, online platform can, just bring it over to Nintendo. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Because
Yeah,
I hear, like, I get so many cutoffs on Nintendo online for sure, but yeah, other than that, it's still a great system. I
for
just,
sure.
I've been very very invested on the PlayStation side and the
Yeah.
Nintendo side for sure. Yeah.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite console of all time then?
Favorite console of all time? Hmm. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to go with the Nintendo 64. I think that's like my like again, like it's probably like the moment that I got it with my dad and like playing Super Mario 64 for the very first time. Just seeing it in 3D was like something that blew my mind. As much as there's like amazing systems like the PS5 and the Switch, I think that like blew my mind. Like I was literally like that kid yelling on Christmas Day. Like I was like, but instead I say Super Mario 64 or something like that. Like I was so juiced. I think I played that game to the point where my mom was like, "You need to start like going to school." Like it was like 2 weeks of winter break or a week of winter break, and then I think after that, I was like nonstop playing that game until I got like 120 stars. That was like one of my favorite games of all time.
Did you play what was it? They did the Mario, I don't remember what it's called, but those 3 games that were all like remastered, the 64 and then the other 2. Did you play those on the Switch?
Oh yeah, I actually have it, but I haven't completed it yet. Like I played portions
Yeah.
of it so far, but I've actually never played fully Sunshine. Jen's actually played that game, so one of her favorites as well. So I'm gonna get around to it. Maybe Jen might as well too. And then I actually need to play Galaxy because I've actually never played Mario Galaxy before.
Mhm.
Either. So that one I will probably get around to it at some point. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. It's awesome.
Do you have any game? We always ask for the favorite, and then we always ask for like a least favorite, or like if
Yeah.
you ever played something
Wait,
you downright was like, wow, this is terrible.
Oh
it
my
might
gosh.
be this one.
Oh my gosh.
That could be it.
It. Has it still been going on? Like I said, I'm flattered that I'm there. But I'm like,
It's there
I
forever.
love it.
We
It's gonna be
love
there
that.
forever.
We love to see it.
I want to somehow make that same one with like on the other side of where you're at, but it's instead of your face, it's Robbie Juice's after he ate that chip.
There needs to be like a battle royale like type of thing where it's like
Yeah,
one
you're both
side,
like.
they're on this side, and then it's like who will win the
Yes.
Oh,
battle?
that was so funny. What was that game called again? I already forgot after. We
It's
talked
called
about it.
Getting
Getting
over
Over
it.
It.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting over it. That's right.
That game was very frustrating. I wouldn't say it's the worst game, but it's definitely one of the most frustrating games because I don't know if Jen and I will ever complete it. It's one of those things. It's like I feel like I will literally throw the controller off, and it's just one of those games.
Like every piece of equipment.
Yeah, like everything. I was
Oh,
so scared that I was because we were streaming it, and then yeah, I just couldn't handle it.
I
Ironically,
mean, I feel like that's a lot coming from you. Because
yeah.
you guys are always so positive. So if like it's too much for you.
It's too much. It's too much. Yeah, it was a lot. So, but worst game that I've ever played. Oh my gosh, you know what? I think the worst game I've ever played. I was so happy for this game when I heard about it, and it's got to be Superman 64. I think that has to be the worst game I think I've ever played because it was like I was like, oh man, I gotta play that like a superhero game. Sounds really cool. And I don't think the 64 had too many superhero games at that point. And then they came out with it, and it's literally if you ever go and like watch a YouTube video of it, it's like one of the worst games you can play because it's literally Superman going around, but it's like even the graphics are absolutely terrible. It's like literally blocks on like buildings, and he's all you're doing is just going around and collecting rings. And I was so mad, and the controls were really bad too. So I was like going left and I was going right. I think it was the first time I actually got so upset that I actually ended up like smashing the game.
Oh man.
I felt so bad. The good thing about the game though is that I got it at a Blockbuster used for like maybe $10. So at least like there was some leverage on it. And my dad was like, you know what? It's okay. Like that game was not that great anyways. So,
Game sucked.
yeah, it's the one time I've actually let out my frustration on a game. So
That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
yeah, that's probably the worst. Yeah, I don't regret it.
And then getting over it in a close second.
That's definitely a close second. Like if you want to see probably me rage again, probably it might have to be that one game. One of our redemptions too on our channel is requesting a game. So I'm hoping
Ooh.
no one brings it up. So we'll see how it goes.
And you know, now that you said that,
Like, I'm gonna do it. Who needs a
Right.
Smeagol voice? Who needs a Smeagol voice? Right.
right.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah. So, right. I know you guys are. So you have a PC, right? You
Yeah.
play PC, and you obviously play Switch a lot. And
Yep.
then you do have a PlayStation right now. Or
Yeah,
no?
I did. We have a PlayStation 5 as well. Very fortunate that
Oh,
we were
cool.
able to get one.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was really cool.
But then you didn't get the Xbox stuff, did
No
you?
Xbox, yeah. We're like, I think I just decided, yeah, I was like primarily PlayStation now,
Mhm.
especially for me. So yeah, the PS5's
Yeah.
been working really well.
Especially
that's
since,
cool.
once they release this new Xbox, every single game they're going to release from now on is on PC. So, like,
Oh,
it'll
yeah.
also release on PC. So,
Oh,
if you
It's
have a PC, There's no
It's a way to
real need to
go.
have an
So,
Xbox
yeah,
unless you
it's
just
like we're doing
really
it
really love
anyways.
Xbox. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um yeah,
yeah, that's cool.
so, but that's cool that you got the PS5. I actually saw
Yeah,
one the other day at Walmart, like just on like it was their display console,
right.
and I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's so much bigger than I thought it would be, and it
It's
looked so cool.
huge.
It is
It's
It's
so
so
pretty.
big. I was we were streaming it, unboxing it, and I couldn't even fit it on the table. Like I had to put the box like because you have everything here, and I'm like I wanted to put it here, and like even the camera couldn't even see it. It's like it's so big. I think it's bigger than like I don't even know how to really describe it. It's probably as big as our desktop. Maybe
I
just a smaller
I was
than
gonna
that.
say
it's
it's
huge.
like a
It's
narrower
so
Yeah,
tall.
desktop. It's really
yeah,
big.
it's huge.
Yeah, I had no idea. I went to one of my friend's house who has it, and I was like, "Holy cow, this cannot be real!" Like,
Right.
what?
No,
Pictures like do not do it justice at all.
it's yeah, it's huge. It definitely I can't lean it on the sides because most of our consoles we put it on like under the TV, and usually this is like the first console ever that I've actually had to put it on its side. Besides maybe the Xbox 360, but it was still manageable. But this one's like I actually legit have to give it its own space. Like it's
Right.
how ridiculous it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. It's such and the crazy thing is I actually haven't played like the new PS5 games. I have like Spider-Man, Adam Morales, and I still haven't even touched it yet. But I played games like even whether it's like on Dream Stream or something like that, I'll play like Fall Guys or I'll play like Ghost of Tsushima on it. Like I've actually been
Oh
playing more
man.
PS4 games on
Yeah.
there than PS5 games because I was just like, wow, I'm like amazed at how the graphics are
Right.
in general. Yeah.
Yeah, you play such a variety of games. Like, do you have something like what is it on PC, like Xbox Live or something like that? That is that
Game
what it
Pass,
or Game
Xbox
Pass?
Game
Yeah.
Pass.
Oh
Yeah. Do you
no,
have
yeah.
something like that, or like where you because you guys you play like so much different, or do you just have all these different games?
We some of them primarily we get because we're just like this would just be a really good game. It's very rare sometimes that I'll get a game that's like really on sale unless if it's like if it's I think the only exception if it's like a Mario game or something big title like Zelda, then I will get it at full price. But usually we wait for the games to go on sale. Like like Steam just had like a Lunar New Year sale. It's like 70, 60, 70% off. And they're like, this looks like a good game. We'll definitely get it. That's
Mhm.
usually how we go about it, and if it's like a game that, Jen and I are, like, 100% down for, like, we don't mind, getting the game together, or if we'll play it for ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really
What's
cool.
been like your favorite game that you've played recently, on or off stream?
Favorite game that I've played recently? I think my favorite game's gotta be hmm, I don't you know what? I think it might not be recent. 'Cause I think my favorite game and I actually was watching Zarners. I was actually watching him at, like, 7:30 or 8 a.m. in the morning our time, and I think it's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Mm.
I
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that game. It's like it's so good. Like,
It's
Jen
incredible.
yeah, Jen was like watched I think the entire time and she usually like she'll be like studying and like doing something on the side. I think she actually watched thoroughly the entire game of me playing that and it was so good like to the point where like the quotes were so good and the music was so good that Jen had a wallpaper that had a quote from that game. That's how amazing that game was, like story wise, graphics, music. Like if you ever have a chance to play that game, it's like that's why even Zarner like we were watching him fight the final boss on that game, and we like literally stopped our stream for like 30 minutes because we're like, we have to watch you beat this boss. Like that's how amazing that game was. So yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's
love
cool.
Jedi Fallen Order. It's a really I highly encourage you if you haven't tried it. Absolutely amazing. Probably one of my favorite Star Wars games of all time. I think if anything. Yeah.
Have you seen that or played that, I mean, Lizard?
No, but it's on my list. But I watched Zarn play it, and
Yeah, I know
I
he said it
knew,
was, like, a really good
yeah,
game.
I
Yeah.
knew it was supposed to be really good, and I wanted to like hold back until I could play it for myself. But I am so addicted to Phasmophobia and Warzone that I don't know when I would get around to it. So I'm like, I'm gonna watch him play it, and it blew my mind. I mean,
Oh my god.
it's the Star Wars game that like when you're a kid as a video game lover and a Star Wars like fanatic that you're like, I want a game like this.
Yeah.
And you have The Battlefront games, those are really fun to play with your friends and stuff, but they just don't quite deliver like that game
Exactly.
does. Like it's just an incredible game.
Yeah,
So it's on my list, but
I'm so used to
we'll
like
see.
games like Battlefront that's like online multiplayer, and I'm cool with that. But I was like, I really wanted, yeah, like a game that's very story centric. It kills it in all levels. Like it's a great game. So whenever you get a chance. But by the way, I should get a chance to play Phasmo with y'all one of these
Oh
days. I
my
haven't
Oh
played
my
it
gosh,
in so
we
gosh,
need
long.
to.
yeah.
Yeah,
We'll play
Yeah.
Phasmo one of these days. We'll get to it.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
I tried to
We
get
gotta do
I tried to get Raven and Vile to do the candle challenge the other day, but they were not having it.
Oh, what was that? What's the candle challenge?
It's where you can only go in with a candle, a lit candle. Yeah,
Oh,
no
wow. Okay,
flashlights or
that's
anything.
that's intense.
Yeah,
That's
no
pretty
thanks.
intense.
I I don't know if I've actually done the candle challenge, but I've done it without any lights. That was pretty tough.
I mean, remember we went into that whatever asylum that one time with no lights and I got
Yeah,
killed right away. So
yeah.
I went
Oh
to that.
yeah, that's true. We did.
Yeah.
That was bad.
And you were fine. Yeah, we gotta play
Good.
Phasmo one of these days.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's been a while for me, but I'm definitely down to play for sure.
Yeah, I've been very like sporadic with it. Like I'll go like a month without playing and then I'll
Yeah.
play. But I feel like it's one of those that's always super fun to just like pick back up
right.
if you've got people to play with.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's one of those games where like, like you can always play with friends, and if you don't play with friends, you're weird.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's
Or
so
yeah.
scary. I'm over level 400 on that game now, and I still can't play by myself because it just freaks me out that bad. It's
Definitely
so good.
Yeah, I
But
need to play that, and I actually got when it was on sale. I got Dead by Daylight when it was on sale.
Ooh, let's
So
go.
yeah,
I'm
I
definitely
still
down
need
to
to
play
pick
that
that one
game.
Still
up.
trying to convince Lizard to get that because I just got it recently and it's pretty fun. I still like people are really really good at that game and
Yeah,
I'm
they
still
are.
like kind of learning, but it's really fun.
I
I'll definitely
have
check
Game
it
Pass,
out.
so I just need to download it sometime. So,
Okay,
but
yeah,
it
I'll
looks really
definitely.
good.
Yeah, it looks really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so on the topic of Phasmo, since you've played it before and everything, we always like to, ask about ghosts.
Yeah.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I I do. I believe in ghosts. I At first I never did. Um, but I think I've seen stuff and in different sort of ways that I kind of get kind of creeped out sometimes. I think there's this one time too where my sister says actually I've actually seen stuff like an actual ghost. Like she works at a hospital. She worked at a John Hopkins, and I was like, no, like she's actually like shown me like pictures, and I'm like, okay, that looks like a legitimate ghost. So I think they actually are real. And we actually went on a trip to Hawaii. I don't know if it was just me, but we went to a hotel, and I was like, why is there like why do I hear sounds in our room and why do I have like a bunch of scratch marks on my back? I can't scratch our back. I was like really kind of I'm like, we're just at a hotel and I'm just like, how is it's not even possible. Like I can't even scratch this like I can't flex my arm that back. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So that was an interesting Hawaii trip.
That's really weird.
Hmm.
Yeah. So a lot of I don't know, we would need to bring in some like EMFs or something there, but yeah, it was I think I do believe in it.
Dang.
Well,
Yeah.
we're definitely gonna crack the code one of these days. Me and
Yeah, when
Ravenclaw.
we go on our ghost hunt.
Many have tried, but we will prevail. So
Yeah, I know. We will have to. Exactly.
yeah.
Get these scratch marks off my back. Where
If
did
I
these
get scratch marks off my back, I'm freaking done.
Yeah.
playing while you're playing Phasmo? That'd be interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm hoping they like keep getting more updates in to
Yeah.
They have a
Yeah.
pretty big one on the way. It's
spice
just
it up a bit.
they only have the one developer, so you gotta
Oh, dang, really?
Oh
yeah,
wow.
he's got a
Props to him.
yeah, it's incredible. Um but he can take his time. He's done everything right so far. I mean, all the bugs that are in the game, he released a beta really like quickly that just fixed all of those. So
Wow.
but yeah, the two maps that they're adding should be added. I would assume within the next few weeks, but I haven't checked up again on it, but I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so we also asked people, video game wise, like if you were to create a video game, what kind of video game would you create?
Yeah.
What type of video game would I create? Oh, that's a really good question. I think a video game that I would create would definitely be some sort of okay, it's got to be like a mixture of like Fall Guys and like because I think that's like honestly like one of the better games because you can play with a variety of people, but then you just have to like you're kind of like it's kind of like a battle royale to the finish, but you're going against people in like one platform. So it's like it's not obstacle courses, but you're like trying to like like kind of like maybe like throw a knife at someone and then or like and then they get eliminated kind of dodge them.
Mhm.
So it's like a 100 battle royale game in one sitting, and then there's like different rounds as well to the very end or something. I don't think I've seen anything like that, but that would be interesting. I think I don't know if I were to go way out of line, then I would just say like if Animal Crossing can do something like that, like a Animal Crossing like battle royale thing,
That would be
pretty
so
awesome.
fun.
I
Oh
think I
man.
would have so much fun, like use like getting catch up to like throw like blocks and then getting like one of the villagers eliminated. That would be pretty cool.
That would be so
Yeah,
fun.
I would have so much fun.
Soldier.
Like a Mario, yeah, like Mario Party for Animal Crossing.
Chin's like,
Oh,
no, don't bring my baby Animal
yeah,
Crossing into
that'd
this.
be so fun. Yeah,
You see all the villagers getting killed.
I know.
Yeah,
No, I love that. No one said anything like that, but yeah, that's really
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
creative for
that's
sure.
super fun. Yeah, Fall Guys is one of those types of games that anyone and everyone can play, and it's fun. I feel like regardless. So
yeah. And it's coming for the
and
Switch too. So
I
handheld
saw
mode. That's
that. I
awesome,
just
Yeah.
right?
saw that. Yeah, that's cool because it's
And
like the
and
perfect game for
Xbox.
Switch.
And
It-
Xbox.
Ooh,
Yeah,
is it?
that's right.
Yep, in the
So it'll
summer.
be on
So
all
I
platforms.
I just wanted it for the Switch. That I mean, I have it on my PC, but I'm like, do I really want to like connect my controller every time? And I could have got it on the PS4 or something, but I just never play. But like the Switch is just one of those things where you can just pick it up and take it wherever you want. And that's like Fall Guys is that game that I just want to be able to play it wherever I go.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wish it was
It's,
cross-platformed, but it's all
yeah,
good. Still a
Yeah,
really fun game.
right,
yeah. It's cool that they're gonna bring it to all platforms at least.
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I guess we'll kind of transition into like we always like to talk about kind of goals. Like obviously it's still early in the year.
Yeah.
Do you have, I guess you, Jen, the both of you, either of you, do you guys have any goals for the year? Like, with your streams, or even like personal goals that you really have in
Yeah.
mind?
Yeah, I think on personal goals, I would say probably just for work wise, hopefully things will kind of smooth down a little bit because it's been pretty busy from my end as well. But I think at the same time, also we were supposed to get married, so hopefully that follows through as well with everything that's been going on.
Do you guys have
Our
a date yet? Like a new
Yeah,
date?
yeah, it's January of
Okay,
2022 because our venue they won't let you like cancel it. You can push it back.
gotcha.
Yeah, so it's gonna be and I think you could still do it, but it's like you can only have 10 people, and I'm like, I'm paying the same price for it, so why not just have it
Ooh,
when
yeah.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not gonna do
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting married and then I think for the stream wise, I feel like we just really want to continue to keep growing the community. I think that's like the number one, our biggest goal is to kind of expand and to keep growing the Discord, to keep growing our channel, to bring new people in and to just make new friends. That's kind of like pretty much what our goal is. And I think as we continue to keep our those expectations, I feel like we're going to continue to have a great time. And also just trying to find new ways to innovate our channel. I think that's the one thing that we always love doing is trying to see what new things can we bring to the table and trying to cultivate and keep people there and to have a fun time at the same time. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great goal. I feel like you guys are crushing it, and
Right.
I don't see that stopping anytime soon for sure. Like,
You.
I mean, yeah, like if you guys haven't been to Jen and JenJerGaming stream, like definitely follow and check it out because they're a blast. Like they're always
Yeah.
playing something new or like talking about like food, like you said, and who doesn't like to talk about food? Always laughing. It's always a fun time. Like they do giveaways all the time. Like you guys do giveaways more than anyone I know that streams, and like so I'm like
Yeah,
they're always doing something fun. So definitely
Right.
check them out. You guys have not already.
yeah, for sure. No, no, thank you. Those are really, really kind words.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
no.
try to. Yeah, we
Yeah,
always
you
want
guys
to make.
are crushing it.
Yeah. Yeah, we just want to make it like really community based and just having
Yeah.
I think people involved. I think that's like the number one thing. So things like giveaways is just in a sense for us to give back because I think at the end of the day it's like we sometimes people just want to be involved. I think that's like the number one thing because I hear it all the time too sometimes in the chat. They're like, "Oh, what are they talking about?" And I think that's what makes we like doing that a lot just to keep them included and to keep them informed. I think that's the number one thing for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys are
No, you
crushing
guys
it.
are doing great. And
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are so unique because I feel like you're one of the few that we've talked to that really started from nothing and built up to what you guys have now. And that's hard to do, you know,
Yeah.
anyways. So yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. 'Cause that's awesome. First like what, 6 months or whatever?
Oh, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it's been an awesome journey. Like we're still continuing to find new ways to to honestly talk with y'all and to just like meet new friends. It's been a blast.
Yeah.
This kind of is a question that sort of stems back to the first like couple of conversations we were having at the beginning of the podcast. But how would you say like you guys starting streaming helped with the stress of, I mean, the world shutting down for COVID? You know, because that was obviously a stressful time for everybody. Um,
Yeah.
and I know for me personally, like it's been great because
Yeah.
of streaming and all the friends I've made and stuff. So has
No,
that
it's
helped a
yeah.
lot since you guys started that? Because you guys started after like post COVID. So
Yeah,
you already
for sure.
experienced like uh that stress before streams and then also afterwards.
Yeah. I think it was the stress was definitely from a lot of the in real life situations, whether through I'm like a lot of us have experienced like the racism and different types of situations out there. So I felt like one of the biggest things that we really wanted to kind of like focus on was just to really build this like community and just it just has been a really big blessing overall. I I can't I don't know. It's really hard to describe. Like there are times where I've even like cried on stream because of like how impactful this platform has been. Just from talking to y'all and meeting new people and chatting with people on the side. It's really helped us grow like significantly. And I actually even the craziest thing during my interview, when I got the new job, when I got laid off, like one of the harder times when I had to deal with and having to see what I can do with that. But I think streaming really helped bring me up a lot. I think especially with Jen as well too, not just from a lot of like just little things like playing games and getting better at it, but even just communicating and just even I felt like honestly the big contribution of it of getting the job was the interview was because of streaming because I didn't think that I would be able to talk because a lot of times I would kind of like stutter a little bit or do things here and there, but I feel like the confidence in terms of speaking to people or to knowing like just knowing what people are having to deal with on a daily basis and just playing games and having a fun time is just it's perfectly a normal thing to do. So yeah, it's been an awesome ride and been loving it. It's played wonders.
I love that. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
incredible.
Me
yeah,
too. Yeah. Definitely does more for you than I think you realize when you start.
100%. Yeah,
Mhm.
so impactful.
It's
Yeah.
great if you look at people that have jobs where they get to communicate with different people from not even different areas of the world, but just in the country, and we
Yeah,
get to do that in the world. You get a better understanding of where everyone's coming from on almost every issue, and it helps you really understand people at a deeper level. And
yeah. For
I know it's
no, so
helped me grow a lot this last like year or so as a person. So it's pretty incredible.
yeah. Yeah, and I love the authenticity with it. I think that's the thing, especially with this community. I like a lot of the times when I work for jobs, I'm working with like these like high corporate executives, and they like just smile and it's kind of like, hey, how's it going? Like, how are you doing? And just kind of a lot of BS banter and stuff like that. And I kind of have to just say it just because I have to say it. I
Right.
feel like it's kind of scripted in my system that I have to like say these things all the time to them. But I feel like being on this platform, I feel like I can laugh, I can cry, I can like eat food in front of y'all without no reservations. I can like
Yeah,
do like the best, like the craziest things and be authentic. And I
for
think
sure.
Jen and I can really attest to that so much.
I agree. I love how you can really be 100% yourself on here, and I feel like people come and watch because of that.
Yeah,
They don't expect any other version of you, which is nice.
right.
Yeah.
Everyone's accepted for who they are. That's incredible.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a world that doesn't do that very well anymore. So
Yeah, for sure. Supreme stuff's like can be Smeagol.
Oh,
Yeah.
I still love
I can,
it.
yeah,
that's
you
my
can be anyone. You can be anyone you want to be.
Right.
I forgot about that until now.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And the hot dog or the pizza costume,
Oh yeah, the
right?
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, still got it. With
Yes.
the pepperoni suit. Yeah.
It's the best.
It was so funny. It was supposed to be for a Halloween stream. I was supposed to be a hot Cheeto bag. Yeah,
What?
yeah, I was supposed to
Did
be
I
a hot.
miss that?
Yeah, so originally we were posting it on our Instagram. It was like Jor's gonna wear like a hot Cheeto suit. So that was my original thing, but it wasn't gonna get shipped on time. So I had to go for a plan B. Jen and I were actually running out to like find a suit, and we're like, what can we get? And literally the pizza suit was the thing that was calling to us. There weren't many options because it was Halloween. So I was like, all right, pizza suit it is. So let's go. Who
Dude,
knows?
man,
Maybe I might bring back the hot Cheetos, or we'll see how it goes.
I would love to see it.
Yes,
I'd love
I
to see
gotta see
both.
that one.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, my desktop needs a new wallpaper, so.
Oh, well, I'm ready for it as well too. You can put like flames in the background too.
Yeah,
Make it
yeah.
epic. Make it epic.
Oh gosh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to. I have so many comments. I'm like, I should probably see what everyone has said.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions,
Yeah, for
start
sure. If
rolling
anyone has
about.
questions, definitely
Um,
now is the time.
Yeah.
so are there any like games specifically that you guys are focusing or trying to get through at the moment? I know that you
Yeah.
guys often play Animal Crossing. Is that still like in the mix as well?
We play it, but we don't play it as much as we did before. I think we
Gotcha.
actually mix it up a lot more now. So
Yeah.
we're kind of gauging a little bit more to the variety side. So things like Jen and I are playing Super Mario like 3D World. It's kind of cool because you can play with like 4 people. So being able to play
Is that
people
the
with
new one that just came out?
yeah,
Okay.
it's awesome. Robbie's trying to 100% it. I think he's doing a
Ooh,
pretty good job on it. But the great thing about the game is you can play with 4 people, so it's really
that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, and it can be online. And was it? I think back then it was just only a couch co-op. So that's really cool. We're trying to get through that, and then there's other games that we're playing too. Like we're playing again a lot of involvement games with Jen would be like Human Fall Flat with other people. That's a really fun game that we've
It's a
been
good
playing.
game.
Yeah, and then we just start kind of playing a little bit of Don't Starve together. It's like a really really fun game about like just basically surviving the night.
Hmm.
Other than that, yeah, that's been so far. We've been trying to play games like that to keep the community and Jen involved as well too in terms of like playing games together.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Rach from Nerdy Curious says, Hugs and loves to Robbie for introducing us to Jen and Jer. Cannot thank him enough.
100%.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's really yeah, he's really been I like I said, I can't say enough good words about him, like as much as everyone else in the community. If I didn't meet him, I honestly I don't know if I would have met y'all. It may have been maybe later on, but
I
it's
know.
it,
It's like
it's
what
crazy.
literally like takes one thing.
It was just one thing, and then just like slowly, I'm still having to meet a lot of people in the Nerd Unite community. Like there's only like a portion of y'all that I've been talking to with Jen and I, but I know there's so many different people out there that we've still yet to chat with. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's also said, like, I feel like on a deeper level, we just kind of understand each other on here, which I think is like another big part of like why we have this community and why everyone's so drawn to it because everyone is so like kind, and I feel like everyone's here for each other for sure.
Yeah. I heard a lot too from like Mixer. I heard it was like more like really positive. I heard a lot of people because of Twitch. I think that was the one thing like I was kind of hesitant about because there was a lot of reputation of it kind of being toxic, or I've seen like streams where it was a little bit on the toxic side. But I mean, yeah, we encounter stuff here and there through streams, but for the most part, everyone here, especially with this community, has been absolutely just a pleasure to talk to, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, I'm pretty thankful that this community kind of like just meshed from Mixer over to Twitch that way. I was a little worried about that too because Twitch is a beast compared to what Mixer was. Mixer was just so small and tight. And on Twitch, a lot of the misconceptions are based off, the massive streamers that might have millions of followers or get, thousands of viewerships. And when you have that kind of audience watching you, there's always going to be a few people, here and there that just can suck the fun out of it sometimes. And yeah, I mean, I'm just glad that this community is not like that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at
Whatsoever.
all.
Yeah, no issues. So it's
Right.
it's been awesome.
I'm laughing over here because Tony earlier, this isn't Tony, he was like, knowing Liz and Raven didn't really experience NES or SNES makes me feel so old. Because we were talking
Yeah.
about the KB toys, and he
Oh,
said that. I'm like, yeah, I definitely have never had it.
I remember
NES
Toys R
or
Us, briefly before they got,
yeah,
right?
shut
I
down.
know, right?
no one shop there, but they do exist in Canada still.
Do they?
Canada's,
That's
they
cool.
do. Jen and I actually went to Canada before COVID, and it was in they had one in Vancouver. I was like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't know they
awesome.
were like anywhere anymore.
They're still there.
I'm just thinking about like what if one day my kids don't know what GameStop is?
Oh,
my gosh.
no.
That'd be so
No.
sad.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I'm kind of
man,
scared
I
for
was
that platform going in because it's a lot of it. I mean, I know everyone's going digital now, but I'm kind of scared it's gonna kind of get to that point because it's like
Yeah.
I've actually been thinking about that lately too, and I'm like, because it seems like it is already going that direction, and it's like sad to think that something like that would like not even exist anymore.
yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
know.
I'm gonna try to savor the memories. Just take a bunch of pictures before they go.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, okay. Caitlin says, "What advice do you have for people who want to stream?"
Oh, nice. Um, I think one of the advices. I mean, I don't think we're not at that point yet where I feel like it's we can have it the experience that's up to the year point, but I think 6 months down the line, I can say that one of the things is just to be, I guess, genuine. I think that's the number one thing I think we can think of is think about being genuine in who you are, because there's a lot of times where there's a lot of different people doing different things, or maybe the people with like the higher view counts might be doing something that might be working for them. But I feel like if you're doing something for yourself and just welcoming people into the community and just being very friendly and being yourself, I think those are probably the three of the most biggest, probably the most important things you can do is for yourself and for the viewers that are watching you as well too. And I guess even for me and from my end, if you want to have a smoother stream, I would say, I think if you want to get one thing, if you have to invest in one thing, I would say is good internet, because we've had so many times where we've cut out our internet so much, and then since we've upgraded it, it's been definitely a lot smoother. We've hadn't had any cutouts since then. So yeah,
Yeah, even little stuff like that makes a huge difference. But yeah,
yeah,
those are great tips for sure.
yeah.
Um, wait. Jen said you forgot your baby Little Nightmares too, Jerome.
Oh yeah, I am
I
playing.
still need to
What's
catch
that
up on
about?
that as well.
Yeah, I'm playing that actually. I think I might be playing that later tonight too. I do want to try
Okay.
to finish it, but other than that, yeah, that game's been pretty fun. Been liking.
Are you
Is
loving
that what
it?
you're playing
The
like right
first
now?
one was
Yeah,
incredible.
I played the first one. I think Dream was playing that for a little bit, just very recently, and then I played it during the Halloween stream. It was really good. That was a really fun game. If you ever get to just play, it's like 3-4 hours long. It doesn't take too much of your time. So yeah, it's a fun
That's
game.
cool.
Is the
It's
second one good as well?
It's been really good. I would say it's more difficult for sure, because it actually requires physical things to do. Like usually, it's the first one you press a button. This one you actually have to hit things, so
Okay,
it requires timing. But other than
gotcha.
that, it's been really fun though overall.
Yeah, that's cool. So when we were talking about your hot Cheetos and like as a background and everything, stuff is like community challenge who can create the best gesture as hot Cheeto. I'm like, yes, I am here for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down. I can you can post it up on my
I'll just like
Twitter, and I'm ready to see the
right.
feed.
They can pick who has the best.
No,
Oh,
you
that's
can.
so funny.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I do love hot Cheetos, so I'm debating about getting the costume, but we'll see how it goes. I was thinking about like maybe I should have canceled it. Maybe I should have just kept it. Well,
Yeah.
but that'd be interesting if we could make a challenge out of that stuff.
Yeah. And then about your advice, like Steph just said, love that. When I first started thinking about streaming, I thought I had to have a gimmick. Love how authentic you and Jen always are.
Yeah. Oh, that's really way too kind, Steph.
Yeah, it's the truth.
We're
It's true.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We just see it a lot. It's just I don't know. Sometimes we just try to be ourselves. It's really the best thing because it doesn't give us any sort of expectations for ourselves. It just lets
Yeah.
us be who we are. And I think that's
Yeah.
like the beautiful thing about the streaming platform is being yourself is it does wonders. So,
Yeah, that's what she's saying. I think community is our utmost important thing
yeah,
for us. It's the reason we have giveaways, rewards, Discord. We love the people.
yeah. The people,
You guys are the best.
yeah. For the people are Jen, completely agree. It's really for the people. It's not even for ourselves. Like the people are just what makes our day. It literally is the thing is like I'll come back home from work at 4 p.m. or something, and then we stream at like 5 or 6, and then it gives me more energy than anything because it's so nice to see people even if they're lurking. I think they don't even have to chat. It's like that. This support system is immense, and I think that
Yeah.
just gets me going every single day.
Yeah. Support system is huge here. We've got a big one. I feel like people are so nice here. Like we say that all the time, but I know I've been like blown away by it.
Yeah,
Because there is a lot of like toxicity out there, and you almost like go in with that mindset, like, okay, like this might happen, and then you're like blown away. I feel like.
Yeah,
Right.
I didn't think there would be this many positive people. Like
Right.
honestly, I'm so used to like, I look at YouTube comments. It's like always super negative or like lots of like down, like the thumbs down button or something.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm like, wow, there's like amazing people and like people like Dream that can sleep, like bring people and making them feel like super warm and comfortable, and all y'all like just talking with people in the chat. That's just is really really awesome. Like to see this type of platform really grow.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions, Lizard? I went through all
Yeah.
of them.
Is your headset the Razer Kraken Tournament
Yeah.
Edition? Okay,
It
cool.
is.
So
Yeah,
we're
it's a
all
tournament.
styling here because we all three have the same headset.
We all have the same headset. Is it the blue one too?
Oh, ours
No.
is black.
Ours is just black.
Oh, yours is black.
I couldn't tell if yours was black or blue.
I feel like it's a little blue.
Okay.
But it's definitely I love this one. I don't know why.
It's a good headset. You got the
Yes, Steph's like, oh my
No.
god, you have the same headset.
We never
Let's
used
go.
yeah. I've
too.
never used this, but it's a really good
I
headset.
never did set up all like the actual tournament edition stuff that came with or whatever, but
that too.
don't
Because
know
I was
the difference.
scared. I'm scared of wearing like Beats or like any sort of like kind of really enclosed headphones because I feel like it would just I don't know. I can wear like headphones only for so long. This is like the one that I feel like we can wear for a pretty long time and don't have
Yeah.
too many. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it's like clenching your brain.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, well, part of the reason is because they just don't make headsets big enough anymore. You know what I mean?
That one.
This is the regular Razer Kraken.
Oh, the regular Razer Kraken. Oh yeah. I was looking at that and I was like, it's cheaper, but I'll pay $10 more for this one.
Right, and then this one is the Turtle Beach Stealth 600s. I have another pair in there somewhere at the bottom of the box. I don't know why I kept them. I guess just to show that my head truly is as big as it looks.
Like, yeah,
Um,
why do you hold on to those?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
So
Okay.
funny.
Jen asks, what are all your thoughts on Twitch's algorithm? Do you think it'll stay around for a while? I don't really know what the algorithm is, to be
the
honest.
algorithm, as far as like, like, are you asking like whether it's gonna change? I
I think
think
like for viewer because they kind of do it based on like your views and stuff.
To like
So like
find
that's how
you.
yeah, to find you, maybe they might change it up
okay,
in
okay,
terms
okay,
of like
yeah,
maybe they might want to have like newer streamers or something to like the
right,
ones that aren't getting as much attention to
yeah.
be part of the stream or something like that, kind of like to change it up a little bit because that's
Uh,
how it usually is.
apparently, a big part of the algorithm is actually the tags as well.
But yeah,
That
that's
Oh,
you can put
really?
in, and I have not figured that out. I think I've used tags a couple of times, but I've never really figured out how it
Yeah,
works
I
or
don't
if
know
it did
nothing.
anything. Um,
yeah,
but as far as it changing, I think the algorithm's always going to change. It just might
yeah.
not change as quickly, um, or as I don't even know the word I'm looking for. It won't like a bunch of it won't change as fast as some of it will, but I think it's always going to gradually change for sure. But
Yeah.
it sometimes it just takes one game too for the complete algorithm to change. I'd say like one of those games that you
Mm,
probably kicked
yeah.
it off the most was Fortnite. Like
For yeah.
honestly, like how many streamers just went from no viewers to like thousands
Yeah,
because of
yeah,
that
for
game,
sure.
and it's like that often whenever a big game comes out or something. So I don't know. It just changes all the time. But
Yeah, that's what she said. I guess your thoughts in general for the algorithm.
yeah, I think in general the reason it'll change, so like the games and things like that will probably always be the same. It'll just be different details that'll change it.
Hmm.
But
I agree. Yeah.
I know
I don't
nothing.
yeah, I don't know much about like algorithms in itself,
Right.
like really how that stuff works. So as far as like how it could improve, I feel like they could maybe like do something to make it easier to find
Right.
other streamers because I know like I mainly only when I get on Twitch I only pay attention to the people I follow who are live and then it gives me like 6 options for like recommended. And
Yeah.
then if I like if like no one's on and I scroll through those like 6 or 7 and don't see anything I'm interested on, I just like hop off. Like I feel like they could
Yeah.
do a little better like maybe like giving a little more variety
Yeah.
but
I can't remember off the top of my head what Mixer's like homepage looked like. Like for some reason I feel like they had like different categories like game like uh chill streams or something, and they would be playing like a chill game, and it would just be like different games and different streamers that they would like highlight. But one
Yeah.
thing they had was called crap, what was it called? Uh some sort of spotlight thing. I don't remember what it was called, but basically you would click on it. Oh, Hype Zone. Did
Hype
you ever
zone.
hear about Hype Zone?
No, I don't think I've heard
So
of that.
the different games would have a hype zone. So like, let's say you were playing, I don't know, Call of Duty or something, and you were in the Call of Duty hype zone.
Yeah.
Um, Once it would get down to like the later in the game, on that person's stream. So like, if I was playing Warzone, there was like 5 other people left. The hype zone would host you with
Oh.
however many people were watching the hype zone. So it would be like hundreds or sometimes thousands of viewers, and it would go to your stream until your game was over, and then it would hop to the next person at the
Oh,
end
that's
of
that's
their
very
game.
that's it. That's very
So
cool.
yeah,
I should
it's
like
such a
that.
unique feature, and
Yeah.
a lot of times if I didn't have any friends streaming or anything, I would just watch the hype zone and go watch those people, and you'd come across some really cool people, and like
Yeah.
it happened to you more often than not, well, or more than often than you would expect. But that might have just been because it was Mixer and it was smaller. But I got the hype zone, I would say, once a week or once every other
Oh,
week when I would
that's
play
yeah,
games
that's
like that.
really
So it was
cool.
super cool.
I wish they had something like that
I
because
know.
yeah, there's a lot
Right.
of great people out there, and
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's
I
people or
totally
Exactly.
something. Yeah.
I definitely agree with what Jen's saying. She's like, uh, people have expressed it's hard to be discovered because Twitch is based on viewership, whereas
Hmm.
YouTube is great for discoverability. And like, I agree because like it's so hard to find people like even those like in my recommended like list or whatever when I'll hop on, like it's almost impossible to find someone under like 100 views at that current time, and like sometimes you just want to hop into someone's that only has a few and like hang out with them. Like I definitely wish they didn't push that so
agreed.
much.
Yeah,
And
I really
because it's so hard, like especially if you don't know people, it is so hard to be a new streamer, and it's like hard to get yourself out there and be discovered. And so, like if Twitch isn't making things any easier, like it definitely can be tough.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
the number. Yeah, really. Well, hopefully they can change it at some point, but I guess
Mhm.
for now we'll just have to just kind of cultivate with the people around us. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then she also asked, do we think Twitch will stay around?
Hmm.
I think it'll be around. Like, in
Yeah.
my opinion, like I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. I don't really think there's any other gaming platform right now that's near as big as Twitch is. Like I know
Right.
YouTube and Facebook kind of like has their own thing too, but I don't think either of those are like anything
That's the thing
close
as to
quite,
Twitch.
yeah,
Yeah.
as Twitch yet. So like as far as in the future, like I don't see it going anywhere.
Yeah, and the thing is they're purchased by Amazon, so you know that they're going to be coming up with a completely amount
I
of
was gonna
different
say,
things.
if
Yeah.
anything, like branching
Yeah.
out and adding more and expanding versus like not being a thing is
There's
Yeah,
a
kind of like
lot.
that's how I view
There's,
it.
there's a lot of things coming in store for Twitch. That's why it's
Hmm.
like it's gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, I don't think Twitch is gonna go anywhere for a while.
Yeah.
no,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, we'll probably see some other streaming platforms arise as well, but I feel like Twitch is probably gonna be the biggest one
Yeah, for
still.
sure.
Uh, you never know.
Yeah.
yeah.
Never know.
Then I just popped in and said, "Look at this legend in the podcast."
Oh, Midnight Twin,
I
too kind.
know, guys.
Midnight Twin, Curtis, how are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I covered everything on my end.
I think I have as well.
Um,
Nice.
sorry to be a hard hitting questioner, but do you feel when the world gets back to normal that it will affect your streams, etc.? I don't think so, because as far as what our streams are, like me personally, and maybe you guys as well, I feel like kind of what we've been talking about, how tight our community is knitted. That's the majority of people that make it up. And I feel like everyone's still like busy to extent at the moment, like even with their own streams and stuff like that. And everyone's so nice and always does like make an effort to pop in and stuff like that. So with our community, at least, I don't think like I personally would notice a big difference, because most of the people that watch my streams or that I'm in are part of this like close knit community where we all support each other. Maybe if you're someone a little bit bigger who has more views, like you might see a little more of a drop off when the world kind of like reopens and people get back to their lives. But like personally, as far like, I don't think I would. I don't know how you guys like, what your guys' take is on that.
Yeah. I would say, from our end, I think, yeah, with the community, I feel like they'll continue to support each other with Nerds Unite and maybe some other streamers as well too. I think when things come down to it, there could be a drop because just based on people traveling or having to go back to work again. Because if you work from home a lot, you're able to work for the most part. But I think at the same time, I think that also gives opportunity for new people to come in as well, people that haven't tried it before, and there's always going to be new people coming to the platform. We see a ton of people time and time again that have been like, "Hey, like, this is awesome. Like, I want to try out this game." So I feel like as some people might do different things, there will be a fluctuation of people coming in as we see as time goes on. Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you guys pretty much nailed it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, as far as, viewership or things like that grow, like you just said, it could drop a little because people are going back to work or whatever it might be. Um, but I know, like, for me, uh, my world has changed a lot since, COVID started, in a way where, like, if I have to go to Walmart and there's a lot of people there, because usually we shop at like 9 p.m., so no one's there. If there's a lot of people around me, it's like super overwhelming. And it's almost like I don't want to be in public as much anymore. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that, whenever the world does open back up, it's going to be a learning experience for themselves to be like, okay, it is okay and safe to like go back in the world again. And so
Yeah.
I don't know, as far as like growth goes, I don't know if there will be a huge drop off, but it could be. But the community's not going anywhere, so
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I think it'll be
We're just really blessed to have the community that we do
right.
have, and
I'd say it's not a real like concern or worry I have too much.
Yeah, 100%. Agreed with that.
that is a very like interesting question though, because
Yeah.
of how we did hit on the fact that like a lot of people who are like do stream and stuff are actually introverted.
Yeah,
So I wonder
that's true.
if there will like continue to just be like more people on Twitch and stuff like that because of the pandemic, even when things start to open back up again. Kind of like what you said, Lizard, about like really getting used to this feeling and then realizing you don't actually have to go out as much,
Right.
like, because it
Yeah.
definitely, like, I've gotten so used to being home, like it would be really weird to be out all the time. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that would suck the energy right out of me. So I'm like, I wonder how much other people like
Yeah.
will change a little bit in that way as well too.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that works because I mean, yeah, for everyone, it's like new territory because like yeah, we've barely been we haven't eaten out like for dinner like and maybe everything's like bringing back home now. Like maybe we're like cooking more, like a lot of maybe it's more like home body stuff instead because
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting to
Yeah,
see how
and
the how that time will come on all.
I know. Yeah, I've gotten to like appreciate the time I get at home and like just my personal time, my time with my husband, like times I'm on here, like I just don't have the urge to go out all the time. So, yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be definitely interesting to see like when that does happen, the changes that we will see.
Right.
for sure, 100%.
And who
Mhm.
knows? There might not be any changes. You never know. It's hard to predict what's
Right.
to come. It's been so long.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Curtis said I know my time streaming will change once COVID is gone.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which and I do think that I think people who stream will be affected in that way, where that a lot of people that have spent almost, like maybe even full time streaming while they were laid off from their job or whatever, like I think that will probably be a huge impact on them with them personally having to go back to work and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I do think like our community will still be
We'll see
here
there.
and
Completely agree.
be open to whatever like schedule adjustments and stuff like that that people do have to make because we're all kind of going through it together. So
Yeah.
Yep.
um, yeah, I agree with Caitlin. Hopefully, unsolicited hugs are a thing of the past. um, Jen says, "How do you guys self care being streamers?"
Have any
I
like
need
for
a
us.
elaboration, maybe.
Oh yeah. So I guess like things like do you guys like watch TV or anything or do you guys like I guess on the side note besides the streaming side because we know like sometimes it can be a lot especially if I don't know like sometimes if you're streaming a lot or if you're doing it if it's a lot in terms of like talking or just like a lot in terms of one sitting do you guys do anything on the side in terms of like like reading a book uh like watching a TV series with like your significant other stuff like that to kind of keep yourself or maybe just like to like listen to a podcast or something like that. Yeah, it's just like little things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know like for me, I feel like it's a very healthy balance now with the pandemic because we're introverts. So it I feel energized, I feel happy like and enjoy like streaming because I'm home and after the stream's over, before the stream, like I'm not exerting all of my energy having to like be around a lot of people and talk to people. So I feel like it's just a good balance as far as like being able to be home so much. But yeah, like I spend a lot of time like with my husband when he's off work. We do a lot of stuff together and like have a lot of common interests. And then other than that, like just not too much. Just relax and enjoy more just like that family time when I'm off stream.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I don't have obviously like anyone who watches my streams, I haven't been very active at all like in the past month because I have been busy like with some job stuff and other like personal things. So I don't have any type of schedule. I feel like it's easier for me because I don't, but I don't know. Maybe definitely like you two that kind of do have schedules, I feel like could answer that really well on how you do manage like the self-care portion when balancing like a busy streaming schedule too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we like for us, like Jen and I usually do like a cutoff time on like we won't be on Twitch or something like after like 10 or 11 unless we're still streaming that time. Or let's say we usually do like a cutoff time on terms of like talking with y'all or like certain streamers that are up or something like that.
Mhm.
We'll usually cut off time and we'll just be like, okay, we'll just we'll watch like TV or some sort of like series or something like that afterwards or something like that. It's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like kind of giving us like or like not eating or eating dinner and then not watching or like someone stream or something like that. So like something on the side, like kind of
yeah,
our own time. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd say that's kind of the same thing for me. So like I've found that in the past 6 or 7 months, especially, like I don't really play games outside of streaming much,
hmm
except for Animal Crossing, which I haven't been doing lately. But that's like the only game. But so for me, I just hang out with my wife. We watch Twitch streams or YouTube or TV shows, and that's pretty much what we do in our free time. Like that's all we do actually. So,
yeah,
but yeah,
Yeah, I
that's pretty
that's
much it.
great. That's a really good point because it definitely does take some sort of boundaries or like balance because it's super easy to like get not even think about it and all of a sudden you like don't have dinner made. You're like way
yeah,
behind on
Right.
stuff. Like it's easy to get kind of like once you're on, get
yeah.
too in deep to where you're not taking as good care of yourself as you
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah, we've been ordering out a lot of food, but we've been trying to cook a little bit more recently. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, trying to do little things here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, those are great questions.
Yeah, those are
Jen
really
is
good
like, I'll
questions.
now. I was like, no, I like really good
Yeah,
questions.
those are
And
good.
Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, Wicked Dime says his streaming is based on when he has time, but would like to have a schedule. And I totally just think it's dependent on the person. Like schedules work great for some people, and some people like if I had a schedule, I think it would just like overwhelm me and make me feel like I have to do something versus like I
Mm,
want to do something.
that makes
And other
sense.
people like you guys do great with the schedule. So I don't think it has to be like one way or the other. I don't think there's a right or wrong.
hmm
I totally
For
just think
sure.
it's like dependent on the
Yeah,
person and people will support you either way. Like
100%.
if you are genuine and positive and
For
Right.
sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's totally up to you.
Yeah. I would say like for people who are worried about that, like don't stress over like your schedules or
Right.
that kind of stuff. Like focus more on like what you're providing as far as like who you are.
Right.
Yeah, just be yourself and be genuine.
And
Yeah.
if you do have a schedule, don't force yourself to stream just because that's when you're supposed to stream if you're not in the right mindset or you're just not feeling it. Like
Yeah.
today's my first stream all week, I think, because I've just been so swamped at work and tired. I just like yesterday I was gonna, but I was like I'm just not feeling it, so I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do it. I mean, and that's okay. Like
Yeah.
it's
It's
totally
perfectly
fine.
fine.
Right.
It's like the people can tell, I think, especially the viewers and stuff, they can tell like when when you're
Mhm.
feeling tired or
Right.
like your enthusiasm and like the way you present yourself, I think shows a lot. And I think when people see that, I think they want to see at least you're ready and prepared or you're ready and ready to go.
For
So
sure.
yeah.
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 And I feel like when you put that pressure on yourself, like it takes away the fun, like
Yeah.
when it
Exactly. Yeah.
turns into something like that.
And if you're
Uh,
super stressed and you like to get it all out on your stream, that's okay too. People
That
still
works
support
too.
you.
Yeah.
It's always good to have people to talk to as well. So
Yeah.
it's just,
Exactly.
totally up to you.
Yeah.
Um,
Agreed.
Curtis wants to know how many times or how much time do you spend preparing for your stream,
Yeah.
Jerome?
It's yeah, for us, it's to spend preparing for so it honestly for our streams, we don't asides like maybe doing like maybe prepping like some like alerts or something like that. If it's like say like a special like a Valentine's Day one that we did, that like takes maybe about maybe like less than an hour to set up or something, or maybe a couple hours. We'll spend like a day and then maybe a couple days ahead of time to plan what would make sense for like like a nice alert or something like that, like a sexy saxophone or something, like kind of bring up ideas with Jen and I. But usually when it comes to like a casual stream or something like that, it doesn't really take too much time to prepare. It's just usually just we're just usually hopping onto the stream and just playing the game and just chatting with y'all. If it's AC though, sometimes if it's a build, sometimes it might take a little bit of time because you do need to kind of like prep up and it's hard to kind of like for me like when I build sometimes I'm like all over the place. So having like some like the items kind of placed beforehand or something like that to know that it's all there, I think that helps out a lot as well too. But that usually it doesn't take like a crazy amount, but we do spend like maybe like an hour or so, depending on what the situation is, whether what stream we're doing, to see what we can do to cultivate what the event or what we're doing to make it a smooth stream. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much kind of Jim or Jen kind of touched on that. She pretty
Yeah.
much the same thing as
God, yeah,
you.
that, yeah,
Um,
same thing.
yeah, he Curtis just said it's very impressive to see how put together your stream and Discord is.
Oh, thanks, Curtis. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I just think some people are more put together than others. I'm a mess, so I totally understand. To be
No,
honest.
Y'all are doing a great job
I'm
too.
actually impressed. I wanted to comment on that earlier. So like, the three people that come to mind that I can think of are JenJerGaming, Ravenclaw, and Dreamality. That from their very first stream. Well, I didn't see you guys' first stream, but I'm assuming you guys set up everything kind of like how you have it now with the overlays and all that transitions and things. Or
Yeah, we well actually originally our computer it's actually like 8 or 9 years old
oh,
beforehand. So I actually we couldn't run anything. It was actually strictly just Studio OBS
mm,
and we couldn't even do Streamlabs because there was just so much going on. I couldn't have like my computer couldn't run multiple amount of
gotcha.
things. So it was just like literally like our picture,
Yeah,
no like alerts were like all browser based, so I couldn't even like connect them. So it
Dang.
was very, yeah, it
gotcha.
was very like the first, I think 2 months we were strictly just using that computer. And now since we've upgraded it with like a Black Friday sale, it ended up it's been really smooth since.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say it's awesome to see that whenever some people
Yeah.
just start out streaming, they have these awesome like streams already put together.
Yeah.
Um,
No, that's helpful.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's stream is so impressive.
Yeah, it is.
it's
It's
true.
really
It
awesome.
is fun
Yeah.
seeing everyone's creative side kind of come out
Right.
in their streams and just to see like how everyone puts their own little touch to it. I think that's fun just to see.
Yeah. There's just yeah, just little things. I think that's the great thing too, is like I will always still remember like little like moments and stuff. And I think that's what makes you everyone's so authentic in their own way as a streamer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Lizard, do you have anything else?
I do not.
All right. Well,
Sweet.
if you guys do not already follow Lizard or Ginger Gaming,
Or
please
Ravenclaw.
do. I'll drop the links again real quick.
Whoops. Yeah, go follow Ginger Gaming if you do not, and if you're in my stream, you most likely follow Raven. But if not, go follow her as well.
Thanks, Shan.
Yeah. Follow all these
Yeah,
amazing people.
and yeah, it's been just great, like being able to have you on and have these conversations, especially with your guys' unique story that you guys have. Just really like been fun to have your point of view on everything.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
of course.
yeah, I definitely enjoyed it, and you guys are just crushing it. You guys are doing awesome, and you definitely have the right goals and the right mindset, and I think you guys are gonna do awesome. So
I appreciate it. Thank
I
you
agree.
both.
I'm excited to
Yeah.
see where it goes from here. You
Me
guys are incredible. So
Yeah. No, thank you, and we're excited for y'all's growth too, and seeing where it goes from here. It's exciting. Like I said, we're meeting
Yeah.
new people, and we're cultivating amazing relationships every single day. So
Mhm.
looking
Yeah.
forward to the journey. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on today.
yeah,
And Jen, thanks so much. You're half of JenJerGaming too, so thanks for just being in the chat and continuing to chat and ask these questions and just talk with us too through chat. Yeah, we love both of you guys and can't wait to continue to like support you and see where you guys go from here.
yeah.
Thanks so much again. Like, can't wait. Let's keep the journey going.
Right.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to do another whatever
A
double
raid? Yeah. Nerdy Curious is live.
Ooh,
I was
If-
just about to mention that. if
Yeah,
you
I was,
wanted-
yeah. If you want to do a double raid,
yes.
I already got it set up and
what are we-
chatted, but I can click raid now whenever.
Hang on. Unkindness. What are you doing? Unkindness raid? or-
Kindness raid.
Oh, nice, great. Okay.
It
All
sounds
right,
so
guys.
brutal.
I know, especially going to Nerdy Curious.
Right.
But they already know.
Yeah.
Guys, copy and paste Unkindness raid, and we're gonna go raid Nerdy Curious.
Right. Follow Nerdy
Right.
Curious. They're amazing. They have a great podcast. So
Nice. Let's do it.
All right, mine's counting down.
alrighty, whenever you're ready.
4, 3, 2. All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you for
Bye.
coming on.